Welcome back to Home Cooking with Gracie. I'm Gracie. Today I'm going to share with you my recipe for baked ziti. Today I'm going to go ahead and make the tomato sauce, but first thing I need to do is ground my beef. I've got my skillet with grated garlic in here already. My favorite thing to use is my garlic press. So I went ahead and did that because it just melts right into the sauce. There's actually nothing left, or melts right into the oil. In the pan, I probably have about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I've chopped up my onion here, and I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Let's go ahead and get this sweated out. Let's turn these onions a little translucent. What does translucent mean, guys? It means instead of a solid color, it's kind of like transparent. You can see through it a little bit, okay? Now, when they say we want to caramelize our onions, that means you're going to cook your onions for a long period of time on this lower heat, and it'll turn beautiful brown, golden brown. It does take a while to do that, but it's something that you don't have to babysit. You can just put the onions in and check on it once in a while, okay? Let me move this closer to you. Okay, so here I've got 2 pounds of ground beef. I'll have to be honest with you. This ground beef is out of the tube. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it. I don't normally buy that kind of ground beef, but it was such a good deal that I wanted to try it. So I'm trying it with you. It's the ground beef. It's this is what it is. And I'm going to go ahead and use my kosher salt. Right? Ooh, I smell the garlic right away. Yum. Here, I'll reserve the pepper for in a bit. So I just want to go ahead and get this sauteed a little bit, you know, translucent. Sweat the onions, however you want to use it, whatever term you want to use. I like to keep my terms simple so you guys can follow along. You know, people say incorporate, I say mix, you know, so I say thingamajig, and it's like a hydroplane. So if you hear me if you hear me talk like that, that's why. I call things, get that doohickey. You mean pan? So, but I would try to use the proper terminology. Okay, let me go ahead and split these out. All I'm going to do with you is go ahead and cook my meat. And of course the onions will keep cooking. You don't want to burn your garlic, but I gotta tell you something. I eat burnt garlic. You give me garlic any way you want, I will eat it. Now, I couldn't say that as a child. Okay, let me dump this meat in here. Okay. Break it up on my handy dandy induction cooktop. This way I can face you. Now again, I've mentioned this before. If I wasn't doing this for you, I would just use my large Dutch oven. I could go ahead and saute my beef in there, my onions, my garlic, then add the tomato sauce and do it all in there. But so I wanted to do with lower walls so you can see what I'm doing. I will cut in and out from time to time. Okay, I just added a smidgen of salt on top of the onions, so I most definitely want to do fresh ground pepper and salt with my beef. Another layer of flavor. Seasoning, spices, whatever. You always want to drain your meat. You always want to drain your meat in some kind of vessel that you can actually throw away. I normally will drain my meat in my tomato sauce can and then just chuck it into the garbage. Never down your drain. Oh my gosh, your drain will get clogged. You know, when that fat solidifies, forget it. Nope, nope, nope. Okay guys, I'll come back when this is done, okay? Have a cocktail for me. Actually, a glass of red wine. Red wine's good for you, you know, but no more than 2 glasses. Yeah, if I don't listen to myself. But don't drive. Anyhow, before I start preaching, I'm going to put this up a little bit and get rocking here. By the looks of this, I'm going to have to drain, well, we'll see. Looks like I might have to drain it in a little bit, okay? Okay guys. Okay guys, so I'm not sure what I just said, but I just checked the package. It's 73 lean and 27% fat. And I'll tell you, it was really, I drained off more fat than I've ever drained off in ground beef before. So then now's the time to taste it. Again, this is very simple. Ground beef, salt, pepper, garlic, and onions. Let's see if I need any more salt and pepper. I don't know what I called it earlier, but the package of meat that's in the log, right? Wrapped in that plastic. So it's okay. I'm not sure I'll buy it again. It's okay. But it's not the quality beef that I normally buy and I'm used to, and so you see the difference and you pay for the difference. But I thought I'd give it a shot. But I have to be honest. Okay, pepper, pepper, pepper. Now I'm going to transfer it in here. Yes, it's an extra pan for me to wash, but you're worth it. I turned the induction cooktop off. I've called this before stovetop. Hey, whatever. Countertop. Induction countertop, okay? Again, this doohickey here. Okay, let me move this here. This is heavy. Put this up. Take that off. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and transfer my ground beef, onions, garlic, salt, and pepper into this pan and add my tomato sauce, and we're going to let it simmer for a little while, all right? All right. Again, not the highest quality of ground beef that I could have bought, but I wanted to try it and I'm sharing it with you, and that's my honest opinion on that ground beef. Again, 2 pounds of ground beef. I needed the can to drain the fat in, so I put my tomato sauce, my tomato puree in this glass. Pour it away from you. You don't want it to splatter on you, right? I added a little bit of water in the can to rinse out the bottom of that can of tomatoes. You don't want to waste any product. And plus you want to stretch your sauce a little bit. You don't want it too thick. And of course you can always do it later, but I did it right off the bat. Okay, now, here's something else that I will do. I had a little leftover tomato sauce out of a jar, and so I'm going to add it. Why waste it, right? Okay. This too, I will add a little bit of water. This is actually a very good quality tomato sauce in a jar. There's a few that I like. I might mention it next time. When you just want to get something on the table and you don't always have time for homemade tomato sauce. All right. I'm going to put a little water in here and then let this simmer for a good hour at least. Okay, 45 minutes. I'll come back and check to see what the flavor's like. Because of course the fresh tomatoes is raw flavor, but because these tomatoes are fully cooked, it might cook a little quicker, okay? We'll cook out that rawness. And I cheated by putting that half a jar of the store-bought tomato sauce. All right, guys. I'm gonna add a little water and put the lid back on. I'll see you in a while. Okay, confession. I didn't know if I wanted to share with you my tomato sauce recipe, but I will. I always put red wine, excuse me, I always put a little bit of red wine in my tomato sauce. So I wanted to rinse out the tomatoes in this bowl with a little bit of red wine. You don't need to know how much. I'm not saying I'm giving you the recipe for this particular sauce. I'm just telling you this is the sauce that I'm making for the baked ziti. All right. Do not, my opinion, don't use tomato paste and red wine. So you use one or the other because they're bowl of flavors. The red wine is going to bring so much flavor. I almost always add red wine. I also add extra virgin olive oil. But because this, there's half a jar of the store-bought tomato sauce, I want to be careful. I might not have to do that. So, overkill is not necessary. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and, what time is it? Hey, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and mix this together, incorporate it, and put the lid back on and come back in 45 minutes and check on it. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a glass of red wine. Made me think red wine. So I will have a glass of red wine, not just you, pot. Okay guys, see you in a bit. All right guys, it is 5:40, so the sauce has been cooking for 40 minutes now. I've been tasting it as we go and it's delicious. I'm gonna let it cook a little more. The reason it's cooking so fast and coming to mature flavors is because I did add that half bottle of jarred tomato sauce, and it's very good quality. About 10 minutes after I started my sauce, I added fresh parsley and oregano, so I wanted to let you know that as well, okay? Look, look, look! Yum. Yummy, yummy. Okay, I'll be back later. Ciao. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you that what I did with my fat. I drained it into this can. It's the old can that I use, my tomato sauce can, right? My tomato puree. Put the fat in the can, wrapped it up in a plastic bag, put a little knot on it, and I'm gonna throw it out in the dumpster in the backyard. In the garbage can, okay? All right, just a suggestion.